All right, guys, welcome back to one more episode of 91 Vibes with the 5 at the end. Today I have Valerie with me, and I have my assistant, Chaluz Brian Aguirre over there. You guys can't see him, but... And today's, I guess it's a special episode because I guess it falls in between, Father's Day weekend. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to, talk about a few things about being a parent as young age. I don't know what age did you have your little girl?
First, happy Father's Day.
Oh, thank you.
To you, happy Father's Day. In case you don't know. Or
in case you don't know all the babies you have somewhere.
I got pregnant when I was 20. And had her when I was 21.
And you're 26?
27. Just turned 27. Mm-hmm.
So when you had your baby, how much did it change your life, as in, like, freedom and other things you used to do that you don't do anymore?
But I mean, it changed a lot, but it didn't change too much because I didn't even drink or go out back then. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I don't really care about my freedom that much. But as for, like, going out of town and all that stuff, it was kind of harder. We did travel when I was pregnant, but it was hard because I would always have back problems. And then when I had her, there was a couple of times we'd go out, but no, I pretty much just stayed at home. Mm-hmm. So I actually worked throughout my whole pregnancy, and then I stopped working once I had her. You good? Mm-hmm. Everything good?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm talking to him over there.
Oh, okay.
Do you think separated families is normalized now in this age now?
Oh, sadly, yeah. Just because it's different once you bring a child in, mm-hmm. because then it's like sometimes you don't know how they're gonna be emotionally, mm-hmm. once the baby comes, because then they probably can't handle that much stress or that much, I guess, from when a baby starts crying or changing a baby's diaper or like wondering what's wrong with the baby. Mm-hmm. Like they probably can't handle that much, and that's kind of what causes the fights, and then the fights then they cause the breakups, and then so I think it is kind of normal when families tend to like break up sometimes. It shouldn't be, but it's a constant thing I see within like family and friends, and me especially recently. Since December I broke up with my daughter's dad, and it was kind of hard, mm-hmm. because...
How long was your relationship with him?
7 years.
7 years.
7 years. And it had been on and off, but we were both like, well, we should try. And then I was always like, no, please, like, let's try, just because I didn't want to separate our family. But eventually it just got to that point where I was like, yeah, I can't do this for me, and I can't do this for her, because all she was seeing was fighting and arguing. And I was like, yeah, no, I can't do that anymore. And so I ended up just breaking mm-hmm. up with him. And it was really hard, because now I had to learn how to do certain things on my own, how mm-hmm. to be alone, how to just have that, I guess, time management now, mm-hmm. because with him, I would tell him, oh, get it ready. Oh, hey, can you get me this while I do this? And now it's like I have to do everything. I'm pretty sure he does too, but I have to make sure I have everything I need, and then I have everything ready. Make sure she's good, make sure she's eaten, and then take her or go wherever we need to go. And so it's been a little bit hard, but having my families around has been a big help too.
Do you think it affects emotionally when it comes to you're taking care of your daughter just by yourself with no dad and next to... I mean, I know there's a lot of families where the grandpa becomes the father of the kid in a way. Like, they see mm-hmm. him as a dad. But, and there's times where I guess they don't have a father, like their kid doesn't have a father.
They try to look like that. They try to look for a father figure.
In everyone.
Yeah.
You know that term they use a lot with girls when they have daddy issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
is your family together? I don't know.
Oh yeah, my
Your mom and
parents are
dad.
together.
So you don't know what it means, like daddy issues, you know?
Well, I do know what it is, but I've never really have to like deal with that
Mm-hmm.
that much. Me and my dad are really close though, which was kind of a little
Yeah.
issue. But because we're the same exact person and we just get along well, it was like he would always be like, "Oh, why did you go to your dad?" or "Why did you ask your dad?" And I'm just like, "Well, 'cause he's my dad. Like I'm just asking him." And but no, the good thing is that he still wanted to be in her life, so she kind of doesn't have to go looking for that father figure. And that I always tell her like, "No, you have your dad." I was like, "You always have to listen to your dad,
Mm-hmm.
and your dad's here for you." And she's told us, she's like, "Are you and dad like gonna get married?" And I was just like, "No."
It sucks.
It
It really
does.
sucks.
It does. But I noticed a big change when we broke up.
Mm-hmm.
A huge change in her. She kind of calmed down a little bit. Um, she behaves a little bit more now, I guess, because she sees that me and him can kind of get along. We're still working on it, but we can get along as to we're like, hey, Stella needs this, or Stella has this at daycare or at school, and oh, hey, can you pick up Stella, or do you mind doing this? So she sees how we get along better when we're not together than when we were living together.
Mm-hmm.
Because back then she was the fighting, she would think, oh, well, I'm going to fight with mom or dad. And I was like, yeah, no, I couldn't have that
Yeah,
at
like
home.
I've seen a lot of families where I guess they, and I know friends as well that
Mm-hmm.
where they just stay together for the kids, but the relationship is really bad, and the kids
Yeah.
keep seeing that every single day. Like mine, well, thank God I ended things when she was like a newborn, pretty much. So
Oh,
that way
that's
she
good.
grew up with knowing my mom's side's here, my dad's side over here, and it
Yeah.
has worked perfectly. But the weird thing where I wanted to talk to you about too is when you bring someone new to their life. So if you bring a guy around, I know in
Well,
another podcast you talked about it
yeah.
where you won't bring anyone. It will take
At,
more than a year, right?
at least a year, yeah.
How
'Cause,
so? Why so much though?
because I don't want to have her get attached so easily.
Hmm.
Um, because there's been times where I bring guy friends around and she's like, "Oh, that's your boyfriend," and she'll get all nice, and I'm just like, "No, it's just a friend. Like it's
Hmm.
just a friend." Or, and I don't want her to have to get attached or start thinking, "Oh, well, this is my dad and this is whoever," and it's like no, because, and also just I want to make sure that being together that long is gonna mean that he wants to be with me longer and doesn't want to just be with me just because.
Hmm.
And also, he needs to get along with my family because my family's crazy. And I'm a huge family person, so that's
Hmm.
why I want to make sure that it's not gonna just be 6 months and then she ends up meeting him, she ends up liking him, and then he's just like, no, I can't take it, and then ends up leaving, and it's like, oh, like
Do you
we
do you
all
think
do
it's
that.
do you think it's healthy, or let's just say you dated someone for 2 years, and then your daughter met that someone, and then you guys broke up. Do you think it's healthy for that someone, that ex stepdad now,
Mhm.
to be trying to be in your girl's family? I mean, in your girl's life. You know what I'm trying to say?
Wait, that what?
Like, if you're dating someone and you
Yeah.
guys break up, do you think it's normal or healthy for that person to keep in touch with your daughter still?
Mm, I don't think
Because I know
so.
situations like that where it ended already, and then that person keeps trying to look for your daughter,
Trying
trying to
to
look,
see
trying
the
to see, trying to
yeah.
hang out.
No. I honestly I would think that's kind of weird. Just because it's not your daughter. Um, it might be different if like you were with this baby for 2 years, as in the baby's 2 years old, like where you were dating this person, they had their baby and whatever.
Hmm.
I mean, maybe that could be okay, but like for my daughter's gonna be 6, and if I was dating someone for 2 years and then we broke up, it's like please just don't.
It's weird, right?
Yeah, it is, because
It,
it's
it did.
they only knew him for at least
I
a year
mean,
and a half
it,
or
it
so.
happened. I'll be honest. It happened to me. That's why, and it's been like a to this day, maybe it's been like a little struggle in that because I'm trying to move on and I'm trying to move on with my daughter, you know, like do our own thing. And if there's people still coming in the life and trying to be in it, it's like, you know, like they're blocking me trying to date someone else in the future because like I remember I used to date someone for like 2-3 years, and then my daughter for almost half a year kept saying that girl's name, and I couldn't bring her around anyone because she would say, "Oh, is this X person?" I'm like, no, it's not. Like, just don't say that name, whatever. And then they would get all like, you know, uncomfortable and stuff.
So then you say so she's trying to get back into your daughter's
there's a
life?
certain person that when it's so hard to explain. Like, I don't want to say how things are. Let's just say this person, when she sees my daughter, she tries to be around her life still when she's not supposed to, you know.
Oh.
So
have you told her already?
Yeah, she knows. Everyone knows. It's been a going on thing to this day right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's not doing it with harm, you know. Like, she's not trying to harm her at all. Like, she's a great person, but you know, I don't like the fact that she's still trying to be in her life, and it's not the way to do it. You know?
Is your daughter getting a little like, was seeing her as like a mom figure?
You could say yeah. I think so, but especially because fuck, I don't want to get in. Fix her. Would you date someone with kids, and what would be like the number of kids? You'd be like, nah, that's it. Like, or it doesn't matter for you.
Oh.
Dating a guy with kids, or maybe 1, maybe 2 or 3. Or you rather not date anyone with kids?
It goes both ways. I would like to date someone with no kids, just because I would want to see if they want to have more, if they do want to have kids or not, or if they don't want to have kids, and I'm just like, okay, well, I have my daughter.
Because there's the other side of it. What if you date someone with no kids, and they're really bad as a father for the first kid, or if you date someone with a kid or 2, and they're a great dad, then you know if you ever have a kid, they're gonna be a great dad for the.
Well, yeah. See, it's because with no kids, they can either be good with kids or they can't be good with kids, or they don't know how to be with kids because they don't have kids, or they probably don't have like cousins or anything like that. So I would test it out first and see, and then I've dated guys that don't have, or I've gone on dates where guys don't have kids, and I'll mention my daughter, and then I look at them and see their reaction, and some have been like, "Oh, you have a daughter," and I'm like, this guy's probably not ready for kids and stuff.
When you go out on a date for the first time, how long does it take you for you to tell them I have a daughter? Is it the first date, through message first?
No, first date, like face to face.
Face to face.
That's all I'll tell
You just bring it up, like, I have a daughter.
Or we'll be talking about something, and then I just go, oh yeah, well, my daughter, and then that I usually just do that just to see what the reaction is, because some will usually be like, oh cool, or, like, yeah, like this guy doesn't want to have kids or feels weird with kids, and then others have been like, oh, that's cool, like, how old's your daughter, and how many kids do you have, and all that, and then that's when I'm like, oh, maybe, you know, but it just depends. I would also like to date a guy with kids, because then they know what it's like to be a parent, but sometimes they can not be a good dad. Yeah. So I mean, it goes always.
Because I think the stereotype that I've seen is like a lot of men are bad fathers, right? So what happens to me when I'm trying to date someone, and I've done it before. I've done it both. I've gone on dates and say I have a daughter, and I gone on dates and I don't say anything. Yeah. And then we go to second, third, or fourth. We'll go to 10 dates without me bringing it up. Yeah. And then with time, they're like, I remember once a girl was like, hey, so when are you going to tell me? And I was like, tell you what? She was like, you know what? And I was like, I don't know. You know, I was acting stupid. Yeah. She's like, I don't know. She's like, yeah, you should tell me. I was like, what? She's like, your social media, you always post it. And then, you know, we went back and forth, and I was like, look, I'll be honest with you. I really like you, but I wanted you to, like, I guess, know me as who I am for who I am and how I am as a person, and then let you know that I have a kid, because a lot of girls judge guys like that as soon as, oh, he has a kid, oh, fuck that, you know? Like, I've been left unseen, ghosted, because I have a daughter without them knowing me before.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like...
And you never, like, just wondered why?
It was because there's a lot of women that just don't like guys with kids. I guess the drama maybe, or there's, you know, or maybe where it happens a lot, that I hear a lot, is that, oh, I dated a guy with a kid and he cheated on me with his baby mama. Like, you know, there's a lot of stories, like, especially here in fucking El Paso. So,
man,
like me, I just try to keep it nice and normal with the mom of my daughter, and, you know, where we do our own thing, and I don't deal with that. Like, once I tell someone, hey, yeah, I have a daughter, I clarify. I'm like, and me and the mom are cool. Like, we have our own lives.
Yeah. Well, I dated a guy after my ex, and that was pretty tough. Like, at first he understood, but then that's when me and Isaiah were still kind of having a rough time.
You're bringing up names left and right.
Oh, I was like, some people most of people will know, but we were still having a hard time, just because I was still mad at him. I know I broke up with him, but I was just mad at him because of, like, him making me break up with him and, like, all this other stuff. So it was a little rocky, and he started like, oh, this is too much, or like, I can't, you and him, or whatever. And then little by little, me and Isaiah were just starting to be cool, just message each other for Stella and do all this stuff. And then he was now getting jealous, because he was like, well, I want you all to myself. And I was just like, you can have me all to yourself, but you have to understand that he's going to be in the picture no matter what. Yeah. I go, we have a daughter together. And then he was just like, no, but when he calls you and every time you guys text, I'm like, yeah, but it's not like I'm saying, hey, I want to get back with you and all this stuff. And he's like, yeah, well, what if he wants to? And I go, it's not going to happen. Like, it's not. We had been trying for years already. I was like, it's just not going to happen. But he would still talk to me. He would still text me. He would still, like, try and go out and do stuff. And then finally he's like, no, I can't do it. Yeah. And I go, dude, I'm not asking for anything much. Like, I never said, oh, let's go and get married, or let's go and have kids. Like, no. I just wanted to take it slow and see where it went. But he couldn't take it. Like, he couldn't take that me and Isaiah would have problems, or how we had problems. And then we started just being friends with each other. And he was just like, yeah, no, I can't do it anymore. And I go, okay, like, that's cool. And so, but see, he doesn't have a big family, or he didn't have a big family, and he was never around kids as much. So that was another thing too, where he was just like, how do I be with her, or like, what do I say to her? And I was like, and he met her a couple of times, but because we went to the same church together, and I was just like, just say hi, introduce yourself. You don't have to be like, oh, I'm like getting into detail and tell all this stuff. I go, you just be nice to her. And I was just like, don't be like all awkward.
I'm looking at our sister right now. He's like knocking the fuck, like he's falling asleep right there. I'm trying to pay attention to your face, and then this guy's over there.
It's hard because it's my background.
Okay, and then where were you?
No, so he was just like, do I like be her father? And I go, no. Yeah. And I always tell people, you don't have to be their father in the beginning. Like, most of them will already have their dads, and you don't have to worry about anything. And I would tell him, I was like, no, dude.
Because I think he sees it as a form of competition, you know?
He did.
Like, and it's not the way to do it, you know?
No, and he was a little self-conscious about himself, but I was like, dude, you're fine. You're 10. Like, there was no need for you.
And you wanted it. You wanted him. That's the thing.
Yeah, I would always tell him, I go, I am talking to you. I am texting you. Like, I always tell you how cute you are, how, like, good you look and stuff. And I was just like...
That never happened to me.
I'm sorry. I'll pray for you one day for someone to treat you like that.
I don't know. Well, what do you think as the hookup culture as a parent? What do you think about that?
Ooh, like one night stands.
One night stands. Yeah, meeting someone at a bar, or not even one night stands. Like someone you just see for intercourse, not really dating as a parent.
Oh, that's a tough one. That's getting personal.
You don't say names this time. No names. I'm just saying. What do you think about it?
I
Your
mentioned
opinion?
Isaiah just because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure a few people already know him.
Yeah.
But man. So you're saying how is it as a parent?
Like as a parent, what your opinion about the hookup culture? Like, do you think it's okay for a parent to go around, have sex, not take anyone serious, have their booty call?
I guess so, as long as you're careful.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the fact that El Paso, I've heard that El Paso's already been known to like having the most STDs,
Mm-hmm.
and so I guess you do you and just be careful with who you do it with.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's a big thing, a big problem,
Mm-hmm.
as long as your child doesn't know, and you're not over here like, oh, I went and had sex with this guy. Oh, I went and like just bragging about it, because it's not a cool thing to do. I don't think
You never
it's a
been a
cool.
fan of the hookup culture?
No.
No.
I mean, I have had my one night stands, but I don't really like it that much because then it feels weird after.
Do you think a guy becomes more attractive once, instead of trying to win you, they're trying to win your daughter first? As in, like, instead of you being the one that they give you the gifts and stuff, they like, I guess they buy more things for your daughter. They play around more with your daughter.
A little bit.
Like, do you think that's hot? Because I think it's hot. Like, when the girls like playing with my daughter and like all nice, I'm like, damn, shawty. I'll give you another. I'll give you one if you want. You know what I mean?
I think so. But they have to mean it.
What's the most attractive thing a man could do? As in seeing him with your daughter, like an activity. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes. Coloring.
You'll be like,
I mean, because anybody can just toss a kid in the sky and just be like, oh yeah, cool. She laughed. But if you sit down and like just color or like draw with her, I think that's pretty hot. Cause
that's weird. That's a good answer because I didn't know. I think for me it would be like, they're gonna say this is fucking stereotype and cooking. I guess if she's like helping the girl cooking, my daughter's helping the girl I'm dating cooking and stuff, and they're together doing it, I'm like, damn.
That's a good one. Does your daughter know how to cook though?
She doesn't, but when I've cooked, she's like, oh, can I help you? You know, I'm trying to make pancakes. She's like, oh, I'll help you. Like, so that's cute.
Yeah.
But when I see someone I'm dating like doing that with my daughter, I'm like, as soon as she falls asleep, you know what I'm saying? Like, have some fun. But
yeah, I think more hands-on things are hotter than just like wrestling and tossing, because anybody can do that. Yeah. But not a lot of people sit down with the kids and like play with Play-Doh or color or draw or stuff like that. So.
And do you want more kids?
Maybe just one more, but not yet.
But you're 27, bro. Don't girls stop having kids like at 30 or something like that?
Not all of them.
They're like their coochie gets all worn down or something. No. I don't know how it works.
No, I think.
To what age can a girl get pregnant? I'm so sorry if I'm so ignorant about this. Like
any age. It just depends on how you take care of yourself and how your body's going about stuff. But no, I would probably say in a couple years, maybe a little bit more, just because I'm barely getting back to getting my life together. So, and a little bit of my freedom too. So I'm kind of just waiting to get everything settled and then maybe just have another kid.
Do you want a boy or a girl?
Oh, I'm scared of boys, but I would like a boy.
I was going to ask you, this is going to be a little controversial.
Okay.
What do you think about me? Let's just say me or someone in general. Someone taking their kids to watch the new Buzz Lightyear movie, right?
Okay.
And the kid, mine is so innocent, right? And there's a scene in that movie where there's a girl and a girl kissing together with a kid.
Oh.
There was no need to put that scene in the movie
Yeah.
because it's a kids movie, right? But I guess they're trying to normalize the you know. What do you think about that? Is it necessary to put scenes like that in a movie, or do you let the kid just naturally know the same sex relationships? Because my daughter's at the point where she's like it's okay if a girl and a girl like each other, it's okay if a boy and a boy. And I said, yeah. I was like, that's totally
Yeah.
fine, but is it necessary to push it on a movie, on a kids movie?
I don't know, cause I guess they're just doing it just to normalize it. I guess it's fine. These are good questions, cause you don't want to like you don't want to have people think trying to say the bad thing, but I just think that your kids should know that yes, there's such thing as boyfriend and girlfriend and girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, there's such thing as girls turning into man and man turning into women. But I think it should stop there just so that your kid understands it. Because I've had situations where my daughter was like, oh, that's a man. And I'm like, no, baby, that's a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And like, because they have short hair or like they're not showing their
Mm-hmm.
boobs. And I'm just like, no, mama, like that's a woman. Like that's a woman. She's like, no, that's a guy. And I go, no.
Yeah, like how do you tell a kid like it's normal? You know?
Yeah.
Like I'm not. I respect everyone's sexuality. I'm just
Yeah.
when they're trying to push it like that in movies and commercials and stuff like that. It's like I don't know.
I think it's okay as long as they're not like.
I don't think it's okay.
You
in
don't?
my opinion. I'm sorry. I just just let them find out for themselves. Let them discover it.
But see,
But it's a kids movie though. Think about it. The movie's about Buzz Lightyear. Why do you gotta add one scene?
What kind of scene is it? Like just a scene where they're just kissing each other goodbye, or is it?
I haven't
like,
watched the movie, but I saw the scene.
You've seen people
scene.
like
Yeah,
questioning
I've seen the scene,
it.
They
Okay.
question it, and it's like they're holding a kid, and there's two girls, and they kiss. But I'm like, what does that have to do with the movie? What does that have to do with Buzz Lightyear? And then the caption said they're trying to push it, and it's like,
I don't. It's because I don't think. Maybe they are trying to push it a little bit too much, but I think they just threw it in there just to be like, bringing. It's kind of like, black people, like they'll throw in a black person just to be like, oh yeah, like I put in a black person. That way nobody's like, oh well, why didn't they put black people? Or same thing for Mexicans. Why didn't they put in Mexicans? Like, I think it was something like that where they were like, oh well, let's just throw in a lesbian couple. That way we don't get shit for it. I think it was kind of something like that, but I don't really see it as a problem too much. Now if it was like making it all about them and having them like kissing more or being all like cuddlies and stuff, like maybe that's a little too much.
What about the movie? I don't know. Hopefully you've seen it because I didn't. That movie in Disney where they're monsters, but no, a girl's a monster, but that means that she's on her period. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Fuck. Okay, let's not talk about this shit. It's a Disney movie, and people should know. I guess once she gets her period, she turns into a monster. But I don't know if she's a real monster. She just see herself as a monster, and she has all these emotions.
Is it really about her period?
Yeah,
though?
yeah. It's on Disney. It's new.
The panda one.
I think so.
Oh my god, my daughter loves that movie.
Yeah, it's about periods.
So is it really?
Yes, and then one's more emotional than the other one, and the other one's bigger. That means like her blood discharge.
Like menopause?
It's more. I don't know. I was watching and I was tripping out about it, and my daughter's like, "I love this movie. It's so fun."
Is it a Chinese movie?
No, it's not the panda then. No.
Because there's a panda movie where she all of a sudden turns into a panda because she's like
then just
freaking
that one. I
out.
think it's that
She's
one.
freaking out, and then her mom's like, I have all these things, and then the dad's just standing there like, oh no, it's that time already. And
Yeah, so that I think it's
so
that
yeah,
one.
you
You've
sure?
seen it?
Oh yeah, like 5
Oh,
times.
so yeah, that movie too is like weird how
Yeah.
maybe the kids don't see it as what's going on, but
I
we as
didn't.
adults know.
I'm an adult, and I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I
Yeah,
just
it's
thought
about
it was
that.
one of those like, because you know how they have their traditions, the Chinese or Japanese, how they have their traditions. I
Yeah.
just thought maybe it was they turned their tradition into a cartoon, but I didn't know
No,
it was.
see it again. It's about when they get the period, and all the other ones you see, they're different because every girl gets the period different, and one's bigger because it's
Wow.
more discharge on and stuff like that.
It's like a worse period than
One's more
her.
emotional, one's crying. It's the movie's
That's
about
so
that.
crazy.
Yeah.
Are you sure you didn't just look it up or like?
No, like I know it's about that. I
That's
promise.
so crazy. I guess
Yeah.
I am. But see, a lot of Disney movies do have,
Their message, yeah.
and then more adult comedy than kid comedy. Cause when me and my ex used to go to the movies, like for example, Angry Birds,
Yeah.
the first one and the second one, we've seen it, and me and him were laughing more than when she's watching the movie. So she'll
Mhm.
look at us, and I'm like, oh, she didn't get the joke.
Even the sexual jokes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you have any questions for me? I know you had some
Yes.
questions. Go ahead.
So, are you dating anybody right now?
Oh.
Or at least just
shit.
seeing somebody for fun?
Okay, where's that question going though?
Because you asked me about dating and stuff like that, and I didn't really ask you if you're dating anyone or what are your thoughts on dating being a single dad?
You just fucked me up, Val.
Oh,
You just fucked
sorry.
me up. No,
I didn't know
I
it was
don't think.
that
Look,
serious of a
I'll be
question.
honest. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not dating anyone. Like no one's
Mhm.
official as in I'm dating. You know, especially with the videos I'm making right now. Like I don't have the time to put.
Yeah.
Put some time to that person and effort and that's one of the reasons why my last relationship ended because I wasn't gonna have any time like
I'm gonna
that.
put a mark on that don't have time thing, but finish.
You gonna call me out?
I am.
All right, but so since I don't have the time to give to another person, I just rather not date. Yeah, I go out. I go out to eat with the girl. We'll go have a drink, stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't think I could date at this moment. I want to see how my projects go. I'd like give it a year. I want to physically look better, feel better. I'm eating better. I stopped drinking. I'm not drinking anymore. I know the videos. It looks like it, but it's water.
You just do it to look cool.
No,
So you put
I
Coke
have
in
a
there?
I have a beer a week, maybe 2.
Yeah.
Before I used to drink every weekend, or I'll be home and I'll open one.
Yeah.
But now it's like no, I'm trying to feel better, look better. So no, I don't know. No, I'm not dating. In a way, I'm not dating. Yes, I go out. I see people.
So it's just seeing people for your needs, like you said. Oh man. I'll tell you the truth too. I'm starting to just see people for their needs.
See, but you say people, so that's
well,
more than one.
Actually, no. It's just one. Now, because before it was like a couple people,
Ooh, Belle.
like 2 people, but now it's just like one because I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna be doing this.
And do you tell
One.
the guy like, hey, I want nothing serious. I just
Of course.
just here for
I
a good
started,
time, not a
yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
See, it's easier for a girl to say that to a man.
No.
Yes,
It
because
was hard for me to say
yeah,
it.
but a lot of guys are like, bet, like hell yeah, nothing serious. For me to tell a girl that, she's like, oh, this guy just wants to use me to clap my cheeks.
I had to learn though because I think I said it on the last podcast how I get not emotionally attached, but I tend to just want to have one person like for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And so doing one night stands is hard because I want to be able to like cuddle and like
I still cuddle in one night stands.
I don't.
You don't? We just
Not always.
That's it. I'm done.
On some of them, yeah, because I'm like, I don't want them to get attached to me, and I don't want to get attached to them when I know it's not going anywhere.
I remember what I was gonna say. This is gonna hurt me because you asked me about if I was seeing people, seeing someone. I have something that I do very bad, but very good at it. What I'm trying to say is, every time go out with someone, I go on a date, having intercourse, I have this tendency of treating them like the best person ever in my life. You're one of those. Yes, hold on, let me go, and I'll go into details. Like,
I'm crossing the arms now.
Look, Val, you're gonna hate me. I pick them up. Watch, I pick them up. I open the door for them. You know, they're like, "Oh, let me pay for half." I'm like, I got you. I'll pay. I get a little bit personal. I talk about a little bit about my life. So now it's more intimate, more comfortable because we went. We talk about each other's life. I like, I brush their hair in the ear all cute. I say good morning every day. I treat this person as if like I'm gonna marry this person, right?
And then you throw them out the door.
And then after a while, I switch it up. But they know this is nothing serious. Like I've never let them know like I'm not looking for anything, But I treat them as like fucking queens. And it sucks. And I'm gonna tell you why it sucks. Because I fucked up myself mentally doing this to the point where when someone good comes into my life, I already did all these great things with every single person I go out with. It's normalized that it doesn't feel unique. It doesn't feel special no more. Why? Because I'm opening the door for every single girl. Why? Because I'm giving her all these nice gifts and all these what are these things called? Just insiders. We have all these cute insiders or badass handshakes. I fucking make handshakes with the girls, man. I make handshakes with the girls, bro. Like I have a different handshake with some. Yes, to that point, Val. So that's what I'm saying. I don't want to date anymore because I keep doing this thing over and over, and it's effing me up mentally. I can't find a good girl because the good girl I'm treating her as good as a side girl.
I guess that makes a lot of sense.
I went off, huh?
You did, but no, that's exactly what happened with the guy I dated after. Yeah. It was, I think it was also just because I was vulnerable too, just single, want to be in a relationship or like want to have somebody around. So I think it was that too, but the fact that he opened the doors for me, he took me out to eat. He was always like, let's go try something new, or like he would appreciate my body for how it is. He would always hug me and cuddling. Like I don't really like to cuddle. And with him, he would cuddle me and I'm just like, oh, this feels nice.
Oh yeah, that too.
I was like, man, and he was always like, oh, well, I'll do it for you. He threw out my trash for me and I didn't even ask him.
Bro.
And I was like,
I pay the girls' bills, bro. What?
That's a no.
Like she was like, "Oh, I'm struggling here." I was like, "I got you here. Pay you for electricity and internet." And I was not taking her serious. No, I stayed in her. Fuck, bro. I would stay in her house. I would wake up early, make breakfast, dude.
Yeah, he spent the night a couple times and. Sometimes he would leave. That was already towards the end where he would just leave. But sometimes we woke up and we would make breakfast or we would go out to eat. Yeah. In the beginning, we would make food. I would even tell him, hey, did you eat? He's like, no. I was like, okay, well, come over. I made food. And so that's where I was like, damn, this is, it might be getting better. Or I might be just starting to get what I've been needing my whole life, like that love, that affection, that I guess being nice or finally somebody just being nice to me or like loving me. We didn't love each other, just to get that straight.
Not like loving you, like affection wise. Yeah.
And I was like, damn, this is it's gonna be my time finally, and turns out it wasn't. So then that kind of hurt me even more. I mean, we were also like the same exact person. We liked the same music. We liked the same activities. And so it felt like I was losing myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, like this hurts. This is hard. And so that kind of switched it for me though. So instead of now being nice to guys, treating them the way you treat the girls, like my one night stands would try and cuddle. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, it's too late. Like you gotta go.
Bro, but I can't do that. I can't do that to a girl. It sucks. Like I can't just have sex with
I
her
could
and
have.
be like, all right, you gotta go or what? Like I can't. Like I gotta treat them as a queen. Like
No,
girl, you
but
just made me.
but then you fuck with us too. You make us think, God, I'm gonna get a chance with this guy, and then turns out no. Like it's not just yourself. You're messing us up too. Like I said with that guy I was dating, I thought, hey, but no, it turns out it was just because he was just being nice, and I
But
was
don't you
like,
guys want a
oh,
nice guy though?
I do, but not
Isn't-
one that's gonna be nice for a day or two and then turn around and say, nah, I'm sorry.
But then again, I grew up with my mom always telling me treat girls like how they're supposed to be treated, and like that's what I do, and I come
Yeah,
out as
but
like this super amazing. I'm sorry, like I'm not gonna. What's it?
hey, it's
I'm not
okay.
gonna suck my own pee pee. I'm just saying.
It's
Girls have
okay.
told me like it's because you treat me so good. You're like so perfect. You're such a gentleman.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, is this what I do? But in my mind, I'm like, oh, this girl doesn't know that. And it's 2 3 weeks, like that's it.
That's because, I'd say with me, it was just because I was already heartbroken twice. Um, I didn't want to get close to anybody anymore because I didn't want to get my heart broken. 3, I started just saying, you know what, nothing serious. I don't want anything because, I had to realize too that I gotta start working on myself. I have to start working on like a career or getting a job or, providing for me and my daughter. And so now that was just like, it kind of helped me a little to just tell these guys, hey, I don't want anything serious. Or even some guys, I'll be like, nah, I'm not. Just know I'm not gonna fuck you. Like, you want to take me out on a date? That's fine, but know that you're not gonna go home with me and we're gonna have sex.
Ooh, you brought up a good talk. Do you think a guy every time they take you out, they should expect going to bed with you?
No.
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 And you let
They
him
shouldn't
know. You let him know.
No, but I do give them the little signal like, no, dude.
There's a lot of
Sorry.
guys, like not me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like I love sex and so on, but it has happened where I tell a girl like, oh, let's hang out. And I even said before, like, oh, let's hang out, let's grab food, and then we can watch movies. And I legit mean it. Like, I'm trying to have sex. And they're like, yeah, but nothing's going to happen, okay? I'm like, I legit want to watch some movies. Like, I'm
Yeah.
cool. Like, they're like, oh, okay, I'm just letting you know. And they get into this weird mood where, like, it's so defensive now. But I'm like, girl, I really wanted just to hang out with you, you know?
It's I guess it's just hard because that's what we think.
Mm-hmm.
Usually guys are like, oh, I want to like, take you home or do all that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where it's kind of like the defensive part. But dates I've been on, the guys like try to kiss me
Mm-hmm.
or try to take me home, and I go,
How many dates till you kiss a guy? That it's not just for fun. A guy you really like, how many dates for you to kiss him?
a few,
Like
3,
3?
4,
And just a pop kiss?
3, 4.
And just pop kiss. Damn,
Yeah.
I hate pop kisses.
Well,
What about you, Assistant Brian? Come and get a little bit closer.
come a little. I don't.
I wanna know your opinion about my bad tendencies with women. Do you do the same?
Really?
Like, what do you do? Do you treat every single woman the same way? Talk, bro.
50-50.
It's a-
Digo no, cause me, I usually when I go on dates.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say for example like we go to the movies. Más o menos yo me calmo on the way. So like if we're going to the movies, I go pick her up, and then the talk or whatever, you kind of know
What to expect.
Like, hey, you know what? Like, should I do like the best side of me or the worst side of me? Cause if the girl's giving her her bad side, and you're giving your good side. So that's why it's like okay, you're giving me your worst, I'll give you my worst too. You know.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so you kind of bring yourself down to their level.
Yeah, so like I said, como que like you wanna treat me bad, I'll treat you back too, you know, like or you wanna be quiet, I'll be quiet too. Like don't get me wrong, like I'll try and make like and keep the conversation going, but like it gets to a point that you're like, I don't know what else to say, you know, like I've been trying like it could be a 10-minute drive. It could be a 10-minute drive, but at the same time, you're like, oh, pues, like at least you know, like try and like keep the conversation going as well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, see. But I'll tell you what, like, but if she's cool, you know, like she's giving me her best, I don't know, you know what, like best for best.
But it's because I
Okay,
mean,
fix
I've
her mic real quick. Like loosen up and then put it up and then tie it up. The other one. Loose it and then put it up and then tie it up.
I've been in a couple of times where I will be nice to the guy, but it's not always like flirty.
I'll tell you worst one, Val.
Your worst one?
No, like worst one of the tendencies. One of the worst that I do.
Do I want to hear this first?
Okay, no. First, you put a pin on time. Why a pin on time?
Oh, because I've had a lot of guys where like they don't have time for, not I guess a relationship, which is understandable, but dating wise, they're always like, I don't have time to date. What does that mean when they're like, I don't have time for it?
For me, it means I don't have the time for. Let's just say I'm doing my videos. I'm doing all these things. I do editing. I work out. I have my daughter. I don't have the time for. Hey, come to my family and spend the whole Sunday. Hey, we're doing a family thing over here. I can't do that.
No, but like the dating phase. So, okay, so a guy...
No, it's because what I mean, I don't have the time to date. I don't have the time to put so much more effort. Like, I could hang out with you, that's it. But I don't have the time to do all this family reunions thing.
Oh, no.
Going over here. And that's what I mean, because that's...
No, but you guys are just dating. So you guys are just dating as in, like, going out to eat or going to watch a movie.
I have time for that.
Or going out to eat. I mean, going out to eat. I just said that. Going out to, like, the bars or dancing or stuff like that. Like... You go out already, or you're like going out with your friends and stuff, but yet you can't go out with the girl you're dating because you don't have time.
Well, yeah,
like,
I see that.
Why do you think guys say that when they're like, oh, I don't have time
to like take you out and stuff?
Yeah.
I guess they don't take you that serious, or you're not worthy of their money. I think so.
Oh.
Because I'll tell you this. It has happened where... Oh, fuck. It's so fucked up, bro. It has happened where a girl really wants to see me and hang out with me so bad. And I'm like, I can't, you know, like, I don't have time. Or, I don't get paid till Friday. But if my crush, bro, she texts me at 11 p.m., come hang out. I'm hungry. I'm going to go buy her whatever she wants. I'm going to go see her, bro. You know? It depends on the person, how much interest they got into you. Yeah. That's for me, though.
But see, what if your crush is, like, not texting you back or calling you and she's only, like, once in a while, oh, hey.
It's my crush. It's my crush. We're men, Val. We're men. We're stupid like that.
And I hate that.
We're dumb. Hate it. It's hard. Like, for me, it's hard to fall in love at this moment because of my bad tendencies, and I gotta stop doing them. I just don't know how.
You do, or just tone them down a little bit.
How? I can't just have sex with a girl and be like, leave, or I can't just not open a girl for a door. I can't just like hold her thigh when we drive. I can't. I gotta do all that, you know.
Okay, so because I have my parents together.
Yeah.
And they've been together forever. Seeing how my mom can be really complicated and difficult, but yet my dad still, like, handles it, or he still, like, loves her and does all that stuff. I saw that. And so I was always like, damn, I want to find someone like my dad, you know, that deals with me when I'm difficult, helps me out with anything that I have, or, like, opens the door once in a while.
Bro, I get mad if a girl opens the door.
You get mad?
I get mad.
Why?
Because I'm like, hey, I gotta open it for you.
Well, you gotta be quicker to it then.
No, I'm saying like to that point, to that certain extent where I'm like, hey, don't open the door. Like, I'll open it for you, and they're like, oh my god, like they're almost taking off their panties. Oh, you know, and they get so attached to that. It's like, fuck.
Well, yeah, it's just so that's what I mean is like, my dad was like that with us.
Yeah.
And so he was always like, oh, well, let me help you. Let me go with you here. Let me do all this stuff. So, I mean, it kind of got me used to looking for that in a man.
Mm-hmm.
So when a man does that or a guy does it, it's like, damn.
See, but let's just theoretical.
But
I'm doing it to you, Val. And you're going to think I'm the
yeah.
best man, but I'm really not.
But that's what
I'm
I
not saying I'm a
mean.
bad man. I'm just saying it's something I do it normally. I don't even think about it. It's just,
Okay, so then if you know you do it out of habit and because you grew up doing it, I think you should go and tell the girl after the first date, or if she wants to like continue seeing you, I think you should tell her, hey, it's just the way I am. I'm just being nice. I don't want anything serious. Because then now you're putting that girl in a position to where she's like, oh, fuck. All right. Well, I guess I'm just not going to talk to this guy anymore, or I'm just going to go with the flow as well.
but no girl goes with the flow no more. You know? Like I said, it's easier for y'all to say to a guy, I don't want nothing serious. You know, we can just hang out and do. It's easier because most guys are like, okay, cool. It's better for me. No stress at all. No drama. For me to tell that a girl, hey, I don't want nothing serious. They're like, oh, okay, don't waste my time.
Well, because most of us just want to be loved. We just want to have affection.
But I do that to y'all. Like, be lucky I do it to y'all. Like, in general.
But see, I do the same thing though. I mean, the one guy that I've been having these, nights with, I always tell him, hey, you want a water? Like, you want to cuddle, or like you want something? I've even offered him a toothbrush. I'll tell him, hey, you want to brush your teeth? Like, I'll give you a toothbrush.
I have extra toothbrush in my
do.
restroom.
It's not just because of that. It's just because I take care of my teeth and I always have to have toothbrush.
I'm so bad.
But I tell him, I'm like, you want to brush your teeth? I have toothbrushes. And he's just like, yeah, sure. So there I am, giving him a toothbrush. But it's just me being nice, or
But
it's
yeah,
just
but that's
me.
a connection, though. That's like...
It's because I'm learning to not get so connected or, like, not be too nice anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it's like I'm going to end up getting attached, and that's not what this is about. This is just sex. This is just me and him getting together nights, whatever, and that's it. Like, that's how it should be.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's hard for me to just be like, hey, I'll make you breakfast, or like, hey, I'll do this and that for you, because I am that nice. Like, I'm that nice. I'm nice enough to be like, oh, I'll take you home. Oh, I'll, like, pick you up.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want me to take you food, I'll take you food. Like, I'm just that nice, which I hate, too. Because guys don't want to get attached. And so I have to make sure I don't get attached either. And make it complicated and lose that sex,
Mm-hmm.
So I see where you're coming from, but at the same time, I think you should start saying to girls where you're at, because then you're leaving them confused.
Yeah.
I mean, it would hurt me when this guy was like, I can't do it. I was just doing it to be nice.
But no, I don't say that, though.
No, he told me that. Because I asked him. I was like, were you doing it because you liked me, or were you doing it because you were just being nice? And he's like, because I was just being nice. I was like, fuck.
Culo.
I go, fuck, that's, that hurt. I was like, that hurt, but at least I know now.
It's because I mean it, Val. Like, at the moment, I mean it. Like,
But
the person,
don't.
like, I'm with her. And she's
Learn
the love
to
of my,
not-
she's the love of my life in that moment. She's my girl.
No.
You know?
But
that happens with every single person.
That's why girls tend to start being mean to guys. And that's where they start to tend to be defensive. When you just want to watch a movie and eat popcorn. That's where it comes from.
I don't even give them popcorn. I buy them their coffee, their favorite sushi. Like, dude, I don't eat sushi. I don't eat pho, whatever. I go to restaurants for that. Like, oh, you know, I do whatever they like. But it's because at the moment they're the best, you know?
And see, oh man, that's hard. It's hard to...
Like, it's confusing.
Yeah,
do I treat a girl like shit? Do I treat her good? It's hard.
So then that's, again, tone it down then. Don't be so.
Don't open doors.
Okay, open the door.
Because every time I open a girlfriend door, they're like,
It's,
no one does this for me. And I'm like, hey.
nobody does that at all
I'm
anymore.
going to do it for a lifetime. And the lifetime is like 3 weeks. You know?
I mean,
So,
I do know a few guys that open doors still.
yeah.
But I guess you can open doors, but don't hold or tie. Or like
Well, that's my weakness, so.
don't do it. I would rather a guy not do it as hard it is
I
for
grab the
him.
thigh, I kiss on the stoplight, you know.
No, don't do
saying?
it. I'm telling you from experience, don't do it. Because it does confuse the hell out of us. Because then when a guy finally comes into our life and wants to treat us right, we're going to be like, nah, you're full of shit, man. Get out. Like, it literally is going to be like that. And it's going to suck for you when you finally find the one and you're being nice to her. And she comes and tells you, get out after sex. We can't cuddle. Dude, I'll see you in 2 days. I'll see you next week.
I've been used for sex. I know what you mean.
And see, that's...
It feels like shit. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm so sorry, girls. It sucks.
It does suck.
Guys, girl, dude, like, how do I say this? Like they treat me so good.
Yeah.
They treat me so good. Like, after sex, we're, like, having a good time. And it's just like, yeah, we'll text. Like, you know, everything. Like, everything went right.
You?
And then a few days, she ghosts me, bro. I'm like, what the fuck?
Just so like you got the tables turned on you now.
Yeah, but that sucks.
So see,
but that was a 1 day thing. I do it like a few dates. You know.
It's because see, so how,
I don't know how to treat women.
The way
bad.
You felt with that girl is the way girls feel when you do that to them. I'm starting to learn that because I can't, like, a guy comes and starts being nice to me, opening the doors, paying for everything, taking me places where I feel bad, like one place to the other, or like one side of El Paso to the other, and I'm just like, fuck, I feel bad. But he's like, no, don't worry about it. And then I tell him, no, but I don't want anything serious. And he still does it. And I'm like, okay, but don't think, like, you're going to go home with me or, like, you're going to get a kiss or anything. Like, don't. And he's like, okay, no, that's fine. Like, I understand. I don't want a relationship. I don't want anything serious. And I'm like, okay. But he still keeps being nice, and he still keeps... So I'm like, where is this going? Or why do you keep being nice after I told you I don't want a relationship? Like, how do you respond to stuff like that? When you're being nice and nice and nice and nice, and the girl's telling you...
No, I stop.
You stop?
I'm one of the guys that I don't beg girls at all. At all.
Okay, so why do you think guys do that? When they keep going and going and
maybe
going
just looking for that opportunity. Maybe that, little sign of hope. You know what's happened to me? You know what has happened to me right now?
Mm-hmm.
Changing, not the topic a lot, but before making videos, before doing all these things, yeah, I would send a girl a DM, like trying to shoot my shot, and I would just get the normal, like, they'll love the DM, right? Yeah. Or they're just saying the thank you or whatever.
Or the.
No, I never got in that. Oh. But I get they just heart it or they say thank you and that's it, right? And it's girls that are like, oh, I'm trying to shoot my shot. It never works. I start making videos, Val. Those same girls. Hey, how are you doing? I love your videos. You should put me in one. So when are we hanging out? Why do y'all do that shit?
I don't.
But why do you think? Because now you girls want the attention. Not now that you see I'm doing something over here. Like, what is it?
That's a good question.
Yeah, like I'm no one, and then I start making videos like, and then girls are like, oh, when are you gonna put me in the video? When are we hanging out? So when are you gonna take me on a date? I'm like, what the fuck? Now?
Oh, it's good. Now being single, I'm just like, just fucking spit it out. So if that happened to me where I just started getting like famous or like
I'm not
everything.
famous. I don't say that.
No, no, but like if I got famous or if like I started blowing up on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, and guys that I shot my shot with are now in my DMs, I would have just been like, "Why are you in my DMs now?"
But I
Like,
can't do that. I just start treating him like a queen again. But
Oh
but
God,
what?
it's because it's just all about being honest, dude. Like, hey, why are you all of a sudden? I
can't.
shot my shot with you, and you said no, and then all of a sudden I got money, and now it's like you want to
Dude,
be all up on me, like
Dude,
no.
like this girl, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful, and she will never answer anything. And then now I make videos, and she was the one that was like, "Oh, so when are you gonna take me on a date?"
Okay, so ask her why all of a sudden now.
I did.
And then what did she tell you?
Her excuse was like, "Oh, it's because at the moment I couldn't. I was going through." The girls is always, I was going through something, but it.
So nobody's gonna believe.
Or talking to someone.
Yeah, I was talking to
So
someone.
nobody's gonna believe me when I say I was going through stuff when I was literally going through a breakup.
Probably not.
It's because we're not hard. We're not hard because like.
No, look, no. Like, if you're going through a breakup, we get it. But like, this girl was like, "Oh, it's because I was going through something, but everything's good now." But I'm like, okay, you're going through something, and I was looking at your story. Something was going out to Malolam, going out to Cabos, going. That was you're going through something, like
Yeah.
going to Cancun and all that shit. And now you decide to DM me and hang out with me.
But that's what makes it
And
hard because
I don't want to assume, but this is how I see it. Girls love the attention. A lot of girls love the attention.
yeah.
And when they start talking to someone who has the same attention, they want to be a part of that light. A lot of them, not all of them. Because there's girls that they just stop talking to me because I start making videos. Because my videos are kind of stupid. They legit stopped answering. Yeah. And that's okay. Like,
that's fine.
But girls love that attention that this guy makes videos, and imagine me dating that guy now and making the videos, and that's how I see it. That's how I think
I've seen it. I see all of a sudden like everybody wants to be on this guy's like videos and pictures and everything, and it's like why all of a sudden now? Like why do they want that attention though? I mean,
that's what I want to picture
I like doing this because it's helping me be more comfortable.
Don't be scared. Just pa. There you go.
Look at him, not scared at all. I like this because it gets me a little bit not shy anymore. Like it gives me, more confidence.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I hate hearing my voices on videos. It sounds so weird. I don't like being on camera that much because I think I look weird. And then just talking in general, personal things. It's like I don't like people to know my business. For example, nobody knew I was single.
I didn't know you had a kid.
That too?
I'm just not aware of what people are doing. I didn't know you had a kid. Yeah. I didn't know you busted a can on your forehead. I didn't know all this stuff.
Oh God. Yeah. So I don't like the attention, but I do like that I'm getting a little bit now comfortable. So like when I was going through my breakup, I was hanging out more with my cousin. I was going out, being free pretty much on my free time. Dressing, not.
You never had a hoe face?
I did, but it was only with 2 guys.
It was only 2 guys.
There was only 2 guys.
That's a lot, Val.
No, my ex, I broke up with him.
Val, we don't need details.
No. And then that's when I went through my whole phase, which was 2 guys. And then the last guy was actually my ex, which was Isaiah, and I was with him for 7 years. So, I mean, it was only like one time that I had my whole phase. Yeah. But, huh?
No.
That to me is considered a whole phase.
Whole phase means you go out, you kiss a guy, you get the DMs. Next weekend you go out, you kiss a guy, you maybe go to bed with him. Next weekend you go out, like that means like a little whole phase. You take a trip to, I don't know, Cancun, you kiss a guy, you go in bed. That's a whole phase.
Well, first of all, I've never been to Mexico. I would love to go to Mexico, but no, I don't think so. pretty much just keep it to like one person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I'll try and hit on a guy or tell him, hey.
So how do you hit up on guys, Val? Like, what's your move? What do you say to a guy to hit him up first? Because I'm tired of me doing the work, you know? Me doing...
It's because,
It's so beautiful outside, by the way.
it is very nice. I'm just staring at the
Yeah.
rain. I would probably just look at the guy, and then if they like smile at me, be like, hey, you have a nice smile.
But you have a lot of guys staring at you, like at a bar. So which one do you go to? How do you approach the guy?
I guess on how their actions are. If they're standing there being a creep, just staring, then I probably won't approach you.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's been already a couple of times where we've like passed each other, or I just smiled at him and then walked away, then finally I'll just go up to him and be like, hey, what's your name? Or I thought you were cute.
Just like that?
Yeah. I mean, now girls, I guess, have to do all the work too.
Not with me. They never done it.
Really?
Yeah. Like there's this girl that I met at a bar once, and she actually comes out in one of the videos. I'm not gonna say which one.
I'll find out.
And so I talked to her. You know, we started talking, and she was like, "Yeah, you never talked to me." And I was like, "Well, it's because I just asked you when to be in the video. I didn't think you were into me. I just asked you in the video.
Yeah.
You said yes. You came out." She's like, "Well, she was like, I thought you were very handsome. You could have talked to me that night." I was like, you know, they don't give me the sign, or she could have hit me up first too. You know.
It goes both ways, because girls probably want to be approached, and so they're waiting for you.
I just want to get rejected.
It's gonna happen.
Oh no, I've been rejected. Like I'm okay with it. I'm okay, you know.
But right then and there, you just feel so.
Yeah, because I just asked you to be in the video, and I don't want to hit up on you, because then she's gonna be like, "Oh, you do this to every single girl." But I don't. I really don't.
Yeah.
I interview a lot of girls, but not every single. I don't.
I
try
guess
to
it's
hit up on
I guess it's a feeling too,
Yeah.
because there was a time where I just like passed somebody, and then I told my friend, God, that guy was cute. And then she was like, well, she was about to take me to go talk to him. And then I turned around and he was just like, you're cute. And I was like, I just said the same thing about you. And I was like, you have a nice smile.
That's
So
dope.
that was like, it was weird because she was trying to be my wingman. And so she was going to go back and tell him. But then we ended up just talking ourselves. And so that's happened. I mean, it's happened where I just go up to a guy and I'll randomly start a conversation, not even trying to hit up on him or anything, and we end up just connecting and like talking to each other, and I'm just like, oh, cool. But like, I think it's been a couple of times where I just go up to the guy and be like, hey, you're cute, or like.
And it always works.
Sometimes, yeah.
Damn,
Because I went up to a guy, we were out on the Cincy, and I kept telling my cousin and his friend, or my friend too. And I was just like, hey, he's cute. He was a security guard. And they're like, well, go talk to him. Just go say hi. I was like, no, it's weird. He's working. And they're like, just go. And I go, no, dude. Like, if I get rejected, like, it's going to be embarrassing. And they're like, well, at least you tried. And so finally, I go up to him and I go, okay, I just thought you were cute. And he goes, sorry, I'm married. And
Shit.
And I was like, you see, I told him, I was like, you see, guys, like, I knew he was either had a girlfriend, married, or he just wasn't
He's gay,
gonna, maybe, or he just wasn't gonna talk because he was working.
Oh, shit.
And then he was just like, yeah, no, I'm sorry. And I go, no, thank you for telling me, though. I was like, thank you, for saying you're married, because then some guys wouldn't have said it.
Of course.
And so I go, sorry again. I was like, your wife is lucky. And then I just walked away, and I was like, you guys see, like, it was a little embarrassing, but I felt better because I was like, I did it. It happened, like, whatever, move on. And so, yeah, I've gotten rejected a couple times, but I'm like, I'll just try again with another one, like, if it happens.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, no, it was pretty intense.
I think we hit every single topic right now. Do you have any questions left? I don't know if you had any more questions before we end it.
Oh, we never even asked you, or I don't know if we asked you.
What?
On how long, like, dating to meet your daughter. Did we?
No. I'll say maybe if I know I'm gonna take her serious,
Mm-hmm.
for like a month and a half, maybe 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Why so short, though?
Well, because my daughter's in my life a lot. So it's like I gotta, if I'm gonna take her. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I don't know. Cause it has happened where I met this person once, and that same day I met her. Like I met her when I had my daughter. That same day.
Yeah.
So it's like what? I mean, you met me with my daughter, so it's like.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens, because that happened at church. I was like, oh, I'll just take her to the kids' class, and then, go to church, whatever. But they decided, oh, we're not going to have kids' church today. So she ended up sitting with us. But, of course, I had her over here, and he was sitting here. And he was just like, hi, what's your name? She's like, Stella. All shy. And he got all nervous, and I was like, dude, just relax. Like, she's going to think you're just a friend from church. And that's what I told her, like, just a friend from church. And that was about it. Other than that, like, there hadn't been any other time. And I was like, especially now that I have time where she's at her dad's and I'm, by myself, dating and being with my family, I would like that because I can see how they're around my family and how they're around kids. And then start just bringing Stella into it and seeing how she feels around him. Because kids can feel a lot.
Yeah.
They can feel a
Definitely.
lot. So just being in that environment where he's with my family and my daughter now is kind of like... So then you would change your mind about dating or like the months for them to date your daughter.
I'm more concerned about my tendencies right now, Val. I think that's one of the things that I'm about to change because
now you know from a girl.
Yeah, and I'm leading them. I just got deja vu too, by the way. What the fuck, but
Ooh. We got stuck in a multi-universe.
you think so? We gotta talk about stuff like that too on another podcast.
I'm so down.
It. We gotta study it though. You gotta bring experiences, and you gotta find at least 2 or 3 experiences.
We should do that. Ghosts, because I have a lot of ghosts.
I love ghosts.
A lot of ghost stories, and whatever else.
I'm down, dude.
Dude, that'd be.
Let's just study them up. I'm down.
Let's
I'm down.
do it.
You know? Like, I need a. I think you're not gonna lie. I think you're a good co-host.
Thanks.
I think you're a girl. You bring different ideas. So.
Perspectives.
Yeah, I think that should work. You want to give out your socials? Where can we find you?
Just on Instagram at Valerie_4. I think it's 2 E's.
Just Instagram?
Yes, just Instagram.
I'll put it down here.
Okay.
Oh, right down your face right now, because that's the camera we're using.
Like
And me, you can follow me on Alxmajestic on Instagram, 91VIBE5 with the 5 at the end, in TikTok. And what else do I have? I have Instagram.
Do you have like a Twitter?
Yeah, ALX Rosny. I don't really use it, but I only use it to look at the OnlyFans. But are we doing drunk interviews? I don't think so, right?
Drunk interviews?
Tonight, look at the time. It's almost 6. You gotta go do some, so I don't think you'll be able to go.
How long are you gonna be there for?
I'm thinking going 8 to 12.
I'll probably meet you there after.
Because I'm trying to go.
That's okay.
Trying to go headquarters to 10 and then showtime to 12.
I'll text you after.
All right, so
see where they're at.
Interviews. Remember, I'm trying to do them every week. You guys are loving it. Thank you for the likes and the comments and whatever. You guys are fucking cool. I need to post a podcast because this is all about podcasts as well. I'm sorry, Rocky. We're still debating if we should post this.
I think you should just do
other one or not.
There's a technical difficulty, but it's a good podcast.
I'm thinking about it.
Really
I'm sorry. If not, Rocky, I need you back. We'll do it again. I promise we'll do it again. We wouldn't invite Val. Nah, just kidding. We need Val. She's probably going to be my co-host. Maybe. Very
It'd
potential
be cool,
co-host. So, thank you guys for watching. Remember, every week, public interviews and a podcast every time we can. I think that's it. Yeah.
For set up for maybe another podcast.
Yes, ma'am. All right. See you guys. Thank you.